Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to an empties video. I have a bunch of products in this basket that I wanted to go through with you all today. Basically all of the products that I've recently finished up and let you know how I feel about them. I love empties videos. I say this at the top of like every empties video because you truly get an understanding of how someone feels about a product. So I love watching them and just seeing what people are actually finishing and not what products are like sticking around in their collection for a really long time. I have a good variety of products in this basket, but I do want to mention before I jump into the empties themselves, if you have been watching my channel for a little while, you'll know that I dabble occasionally in shorts, but I'm trying to be more consistent by posting a short every other day, and I have been for the last little bit, and I have the additional shorts scheduled. So if you could be so kind and go ahead and watch them if they are of any interest to you. Obviously don't watch something you don't want to watch, but if you are enjoying them, please watch them and give them thumbs up if you like them. So that is my little plug for the shorts that I've been working on, but obviously I'm going to continue my long form content, and that's going to continue to be project panning and what you've come to expect. My shorts, I kind of move into different genres. Kind of nice to make content about other things sometimes. So certainly check them out if you are interested. All right, thanks for allowing me the time to do that. Let's go ahead and get into the empties. I'm gonna start first with, I think, my one and only what I call makeup empty. This is the Baby Glow lip mask. I was influenced to buy this by someone on Instagram. I got this one off Amazon and I think it was relatively affordable. Like I think this was probably like $15 or $16, and I loved this lip mask. I thought it was really nice. I used it every night before bed, probably more than that. It's one of those products that like you wake up in the morning and you can still feel it on your lips, which to me, I'm like, that is a win because I move around so much in the night, and so the fact that it stayed on was huge, and I just felt like it was super moisturizing. I have not repurchased this yet because now I'm using my Rhode Peptide lip treatment. I still have quite a bit of that product left, but I do think at some point I would repurchase this because I liked it so much. Speaking of Rhode, let's move into skincare. So I finished this Rhode Peptide glazing fluid. This is not my favorite Rhode product. Honestly, I'd say this is probably my least favorite product because I just feel like it's not doing that much. Like I love the milk, I love the face wash, I really enjoyed the lotion, and so this one's kind of like meh. I do like how it makes my skin look super glowy, so I'll use the milk and then I'll use this. All that to say, like, it's not like my favorite thing ever, but I will say like I'll probably, when I repurchase the bundle because you get so much of a better deal, and I think this is usually part of the bundle, so it might end up in my collection again, which is fine. I will use it. I used it up. I think if I had to buy everything individually, like I wouldn't buy this, but if it comes as part of a bundle, I'm happy to use it again. Another skincare item is this Derma-E Eczema Relief Cream. So I originally bought this a few years back when I was having a perioral dermatitis flare-up, and a lot of the reviews said that this helped with that, and I had used this and it eventually went away. And I had a perioral dermatitis flare-up, I don't know, maybe like a year ago now, and I will say like I was using this and it wasn't really making a difference. And I think at the end of the day what I've learned is really like the product is not going to make a difference. I just need time. It just needs, the flare-up needs to run its course, and then once it runs its course, I'm usually fine for an extended period until it flares back up. I was happy to obviously use this during that time because it wasn't aggravating it or anything like that, but then once the flare-up went away, I was like, I just need to finish this product up. So I do love this. I think it's pretty affordable. I get it off Amazon. Sorry, I got distracted because a fox just ran by my window. Yeah, I get it on Amazon, so it's easy to access. It's pretty affordable. I think there's sometimes sales on it, like during Amazon Prime Day, so it's a great product to have in my collection. I definitely will repurchase. I also finished my Peach and Lily Glass Skin Refining Serum. I think this is my second one of these. I really like this product. I think I will repurchase it. I just think it's very nice how it looks on the skin. I use this mostly in the evening as my serum. I felt like it did a really nice job of hydrating and brightening my skin. I also love the packaging, and I feel like it just did a great job. So I have not repurchased because I do have quite a few serums that I need to work through. But when I do need to repurchase a serum, this would be definitely something that I would consider. And lastly, for skincare, I have this Naturium Niacinamide Cleansing Jelly, and I picked this up at Target kind of for a silly purpose. I needed something like this color to go on the plastic shelves that I added to my shower. If you have watched my shorts, you'll know what I'm talking about. They are kind of like designed in the sense I have like this on them, but then I have candles and I have some plants, so really it's more so just aesthetically pleasing. And I bought this because it went with the look that I was looking for. But then I ended up really liking this face wash and I used it every shower. And so I've already repurchased this and a new one's in the shower. I like the look of it with the shelves, but the product itself is actually quite nice. I'm happy that I have it back in my routine. All right, speaking of the shower, I have a couple of shower products. So let's see, the first I'm gonna talk about this Pantene Repair and Protect shampoo. You all know, if you guys watch my videos, that I am not one to typically spend a ton of money on hair products, and so this is very clear with what you're seeing here. I picked up this shampoo basically around kind of the hype that Pantene has been getting again on socials, and it was nice. It was a very great lather, which is like my main priority when I get a shampoo, and I have no complaints. I have not repurchased this one in particular, but I don't see why I wouldn't. And then I also finished up my Herbal Essences Argan Oil Conditioner. I've finished many of these over the years. I tend to go back to this particular, I was gonna say like flavor, but it's like scent or kind if I'm picking up a product from Herbal Essences. I think it's a good conditioner. I have no complaints about this one either. I also haven't repurchased, but like I said, this one's kind of been in the rotation on and off for years, so I'm sure at some point I will pick this up again. I also finished up my Tree Hut Vanilla Moisturizing Shave Gel. I've already repurchased 2 more of these. This is one of my top 2 favorite shaving gels or lotions or creams. I really do enjoy this one. It smells really good. I feel like it helps give a really close shave. I like the gel. It's easy to smooth out. It works really well. So big fan of this one. And like I said, I've already picked up 2 new ones because as soon as this one was empty, I was looking in my collection and I was like, oh no, I don't have another one to replace it with in my shower. I need to do a Target run. Speaking of Target, this Being French brand is from there, and this is their Soothe and Comfort Cashmere Vanilla Milky Body Lotion. Love the smell of this lotion. I have it in a few different things in my collection. I think I've used it for a body wash. I use it for a body oil in the shower. I think I have it in a body spray. So really nice scent. And I do really like the look of this brand and the products. I will say this lotion isn't my favorite, and that's really no fault of the lotion. I just more prefer a body butter, so something a little bit thicker, and this is a body lotion, so it's a little bit thinner than a body butter. For that reason, it wasn't like my top favorite, but for a body lotion, I thought it was really nice. I do like containers like this because you can get pretty much all of it out. And yeah, I have not repurchased it, but if I'm looking for a body lotion in particular, I definitely would go back to this. All right, that is it for my empties for this month. I hope all of you enjoyed this video, just getting to see what I've finished up, how I feel about it, what I've repurchased, what maybe I am thinking about repurchasing. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye.